Good morning, guys. Jeff Chapman here, if you didn't know already. It's on my Facebook, so of course I'm Jeff Chapman. Um, I was going to do more fitness stuff starting today, but I'm going to do that tomorrow because I have to go out of town on several work trips for several weeks coming up. And I get bummed out about it. I really do. I like traveling and seeing new places and meeting new people, but it does get depressing sometimes traveling where, you may have days, well, I may have some days where I have no human interaction whatsoever. It gets depressing. Um, I was listening to a guy, though, named Tim Ferriss. He had a podcast, and he's more of a motivational guy. That's what he does for a living. And he had mentioned something called the jar of awesomeness. Basically, he takes a jar, writes down good stuff that happens, and folds it up and puts it in there. I mean, whatever the good things are. Maybe you reach some fitness goal, you run a 5K, your kid gets on the honor roll, whatever. Just good things happen. He writes them down, he puts them in the jar. So when you're bummed out and you're like, you can always go back to that. It reminds me there was a good quote I saw. This best speech I ever heard is from the 1940s. This guy in there, he says, "It's okay to look back, just don't stare." Kids do tend to stare and it gets creepy. And I tend to stare at people and it gets even creepier, especially with my hairy eyebrows. Look like caterpillars above my eyes. But anyway, so you could start with a jar, mason jar. I know there is other types of awesomeness that comes in mason jars. Met a new friend on Saturday. Went for a run with this lady named Janie from Florida. Next thing I know, she's coming over at our house and hanging out. And brought us a jar of awesomeness of coconut moonshine. I don't think I'm supposed to say that, but it was good. Thank you, Janie. But anyway, so you can start with a small jar of awesomeness, and as time accumulates, you get more awesomeness in your life. You can get a big jar of awesomeness. And I had to actually take some wooden fruits and vegetables that Casey likes to collect in these jars. Like this is a wooden tomato. Don't eat it, chip a tooth. But find a jar of awesomeness. Get creative with it. Now, I'd actually beat Tim Ferriss to this idea, because I like to stay on the cutting edge of things and staying positive. Last December, I bought this inflatable alien. And basically every time since then that somebody comes over to the house and we have, a fun time, maybe there's a bonfire, I don't know, shoot guns. I don't think we shoot guns in our neighborhood. I mean, never tried, but there's always this weekend. Anyway, every time we have somebody over, they, sign the alien. Some people put cool quotes on here. Some people, like Jason, draws his little beard on the alien. You have other friends that come over and they get, I'm going to keep it at a distance, but they like to do their own artwork, and some people like their own signatures. Anyway, it makes me laugh. I realized that when I was downstairs in the laundry room one day and I was just kind of feeling down. I look over at the alien, start reading some of the quotes and some of the signatures, and it just picks you up instantly. Makes you feel like, well, okay, maybe life's not such a bummer after all. Because all it is about staying motivated, staying positive. It gets hard to do that. I know some days, especially with the sweltering heat, you go outside and come inside and you're just exhausted. But this week, I'm going to start doing more fitness stuff. Haven't done that in a while. I feel bad for that. But it all starts with your mindset. If you don't have a good mindset going into it and you're not feeling positive, your results probably may not be positive. So anyways, jar of awesomeness. You can get you a blow-up doll on eBay. Get people to start signing it. I mean, it is weird if you bring it out in public with you. But anyways, simple tip. Make a jar of awesomeness. Keep track of it so that you can remember all the good times, and it'll help you get through some of the tough times. Love you guys. Jacob Reynolds Music. Seriously, check out Jacob Reynolds Music on iTunes. The man, I've got a story I'm going to have to tell in one of these videos. Great guy. It's changed my life, and I think I've influenced his a little bit too. Werewolves, there's a lot of things happening with the werewolves, and it's mostly all Jason. Jason is like working like a dog behind the scenes. Maybe even a podcast coming soon where you can hear us talk about weird stuff like aliens and conspiracy theories and then just random craziness. Anyway, Stay tuned. Love you guys. So check out Jason's videos, Jacob's videos, my buddy Derek Seebeck's videos. Haven't seen him in a long time, but we've known each other for a while. Anyways, love you guys. Don't mean to ramble on. Have a good week, and see you tomorrow.